The Athenian philosopher Plato was a philosopher during the 5th century BCE. He is one of the most important figures of the ancient Greek world and the entire history of Western thought. He was a student of Socrates and later taught Aristotle. He founded the Academy, an academic program which many consider to be the first Western university. Here are some of his quotes. Old age has a great sense of calm and freedom, when the passions have relaxed their hold and have escaped, not from one master, but from many. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good actions in others. Apply yourself both now and in the next life. Without effort, you cannot be prosperous. Though the land be good, you cannot have an abundant crop without cultivation. A hero is born among 100. A wise man is found among 1,000. But an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. The curse of me and my nation is that we always think things can be bettered by immediate action of some sort, any sort rather than no sort. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul for the education of its virtue. Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence. Poetry is nearer to vital truth than history. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. Justice in the life and conduct of the state is possible only as first it resides in the hearts and souls of the citizens. Life must be lived as play. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. Is it not also true that no physician, insofar as he is a physician, considers or enjoins what is for the physician's interest, but that all seek the good of their patients? For we have agreed that a physician strictly so called is a ruler of bodies and not a maker of money, have we not? Honesty is for the most part less profitable than dishonesty. The eyes of the soul of the multitudes are unable to endure the vision of the divine. The penalty good men pay for indifference to public affairs is to be ruled by evil men. A friend ought always to do good to a friend, and never evil. Excellent things are rare. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. My philosophy is when in Rome, do like the Romans do, so I'll be looking cool, talking to pretty women, and eating ice cream. At least I'm quite good at doing two of those things. Courage is a kind of salvation. Time is the moving image of eternity. Excess generally causes reaction and produces a change in the opposite direction, whether it be in the seasons, or in individuals, or in governments. To the rulers of the state, then, if to any, it belongs of right to use falsehood, to deceive either enemies or their own citizens, for the good of the state, and no one else may meddle with this privilege. Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they have to say something. They see only their own shadows or the shadows of one another, which is the fire throws on the opposite wall of the cave. then anyone who leaves behind him a written manual, and likewise anyone who receives it, in the belief that such writing will be clear and certain, must be exceedingly simple-minded. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. For neither birth, nor wealth, nor honors can awaken in the minds of men the principles which should guide those who from their youth aspire to an honorable and excellent life, as love awakens them. Self-conquest is the greatest of victories. By education, I mean that training in excellence from youth upward which makes a man passionately desire to be a perfect citizen, and teaches him to rule and to obey with justice. This is the only education which deserves the name. The true lover of learning then must his earliest youth, as far as in him lies, desire all truth. He whose desires are drawn towards knowledge in every form will be absorbed in the pleasures of the soul, and will hardly feel bodily pleasures, me. Democracy passes into despotism. These then will be some of the features of democracy. It will be, in all likelihood, an agreeable, lawless, party-colored commonwealth, dealing with all alike on a footing of equality, whether they be really equal or not. Of all the animals, the boy is the most unmanageable. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. The mere athlete becomes too much of a savage. Nothing in the affairs of men is worthy of great anxiety. Beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhythm depends on simplicity. The wisest have the most authority. You can discover more about a person in an hour of play than in a year of conversation. This city is what it is because our citizens are what they are. Man is a two-legged animal without feathers. Even the gods love jokes. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in government is to live under the government of worse men. In the world of knowledge, the essential form of good is the limit of our inquiries and can barely be perceived. But when perceived, we cannot help concluding that it is in every case the source of all that is bright and beautiful. In the visible world, giving birth to light and its master. In the intellectual world, dispensing, immediately and with full authority, truth and reason. And that whosoever would act wisely, either in private or in public, must set this form of good before his eyes. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Rhetoric is the art of ruling the minds of men. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws.